our guest that kicks off the top of the hour.
Oh, I didn't know we had one.
Each and every month. David Pressman. Follow him on Twitter at David Pressman, straight from Hollywood. How you doing, sir?
Hey, dude, what's happening?
Not much, buddy. I'm sorry you had to listen to that story that was going nowhere.
No, it was a wonderful story.
Thank you. I thought it
really
was. You didn't give us a chance. We would have brought it somewhere.
Now, last time I was on, I was so incredibly boring, and I felt terrible. And I realized that someone asked me, I think it was Joey. You guys change people all the time, so I don't know. I can't keep track. But he said, what are you most proud of in the acting stuff?
Right.
And I didn't know what to say. I gave like some half-ass answer, which wasn't true, because I realized I don't know if I'm proud of anything. And then I just got sad. I was depressed the whole...
So the show ruined your night.
Yeah, basically. Glad he's not here.
No, he actually flew out your direction. He's headlining at Catch a Rising Star at Reno this week.
Oh, excellent.
So that's why he's not in, and we brought back Rich, which I don't know how that's going to go. So we're still, the jury's still out on that one.
Well, David, let me tell you this much. So far, I think you've been incredibly exciting. So,
thank you. I appreciate that. I feel exciting.
I feel you're exciting.
Now, I had emailed you earlier, David. I don't know how it is out there in obviously, like Whitney Houston died, and it's all over the news. But she ended up dying out there, but bringing back and flown in to New Jersey, where she's from. Does that happen a lot in Hollywood, where just because they live there now, they actually go back to where they're from to get buried?
Well, doesn't that happen no matter where you are? Don't you always go back and get buried in your hometown?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I guess that's true. It has nothing to do with Hollywood, right?
And like,
I don't think it has
from
to
Florida.
Yeah. Talk about you guys. You're not human. David, you're not human. Come on.
No, you're right. I'm not human. I'm a robot. Did you guys watch the funeral, all that stuff?
Oh, yeah. And then apparently Bobby Brown had a whole entourage with him and wasn't really welcomed.
Yeah, they wouldn't let him in, or they made him move and stuff like that. I think if there was a winner out of the Whitney Houston funeral, it was Kevin Costner.
Yeah, I was just
he's had this resurgence of his career. He probably wished that Whitney died 10 years ago. So he could...
I have not looked at that perspective yet. So that was that's a new spin on things. Thank you, David.
Well, they were going to be flying back. Kevin Costner's career was going to be flying his career back to his hometown. But
yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that's called.
I have a question for you guys. Do you know a comic from New York named Larry Tompkins?
Larry Tompkins. The name sounds familiar. Yeah.
This guy lives in my building, and he drives this giant SUV, and his license plate says NY Comic. So immediately I hated him.
Right, of course.
Just for having that.
We do, too.
But I didn't know if he was really a New York comic or not, so that's it.
No, that means not. No. That doesn't mean New York comic. It means not your comic. That's
not my comic.
Yeah, that's what that.
I
means.
misread the plate.
David, you know what's so funny? I actually drive a Chevy HHR, and I'm not just bragging, but
you should be.
I have literally all over my car. It's Soul Joel Productions, the phone number, email address, and like listen to the Comedy Point Tuesdays 5 to 8 with everything like that, and then. Someone went to me, why don't you have vanity plates? I'm like, whoa, I think that's a little too far.
Yeah. Wow, if I saw that, I would probably hate you too. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's well, we live.
You seem like a nice guy, so I'm going to go with that.
You know what's weird, David?
Yeah.
When we first met Joe, we hated him, and really it hasn't changed, but we.
No, I can understand.
The funny part about driving the car with Joel is that people see it and they want to wave to it. When I guess they see writing on a car and they're inclined to wave. So you'll be in the passenger seat of Joel's car and someone will come flying up on your right and just start waving to you. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? What does he want? I think we have to pull over and fight this guy. He's like, no, he's just waving. He's trying to be nice.
Yeah, he thinks you're in a parade. He thinks a parade's going by.
Is it working having all that stuff on your car?
It is. I get a lot more web traffic. Get some emails.
Right.
Yeah, get some stalkers with the phone number. Whatever.
People emailing them, drive faster, get out of the left lane.
Right.
And we did do a show in Hoboken the other night, so it's really it's
taken off.
Yeah. Without that, we would never have had that show in Hoboken.
Oh, the Hoboken with Matt's infamous face down bit.
Yes. It's funny. David actually listens to the show before he calls in.
I do. I was hoping we were going to talk about poop. That's why I've been kind of excited.
Yes!
Waiting for this.
That was written into the earlier segment.
Right.
That was 5 to 6.
Yeah.
Right.
Too late now.
Next time.
Yeah, I'd like to be in the poop segment next time if that's at all possible.
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, let's face it. It is no matter how bad things are going, if you bring it back to poop, it's always funny. You know, it's,
everything always comes back to poop.
Yeah, it's the lowest common denominator.
I mean, while we're on it, and you know, your wish is my command. Well, let's go into it. I mean, now you've done a ton of movies. You've done a ton of movies. Check out his IMDb, and he's got a ton of movies. And has that ever happened to you while you're on set, where like you have to like finish this by a certain time, and you're just like, I don't think I'm going to make it, and you have to like scurry off?
What do you mean, like finish what? Like
you know, like all of a sudden you're like you have to end scene, or you have to shoot one more time, and you're like, no, man, I got to go.
No, you can't you just can't want to go. They don't let you do that.
They don't let you do
that. You got to stay there because they're paying you more money than they probably should. And then you want it to go on because you get overtime, and that's a lot of money. No, I'd stay there forever if I could. I need to pay the bills.
So you're saying you Imodium up before the shoot?
Yes.
Good call.
Well, see, I never had that with what a guy like Scarpelli has, and a lot of my friends have that too, where they get the urge to go to the bathroom. They need to literally go immediately. A real man holds that. I'm going to tell you a little story. When I was a kid, when I was in my teens, I'd have to go poop on a Tuesday, and I wouldn't go to like a Friday. That's the kind of man I was.
You're going to have some issues later in life doing that.
Maybe I will, but I'll tell you what.
I see a lot of. I guess there was a lot of plungers in your household when you were a kid. If you were holding it that long,
it was just one of those.
I pooped my pants 3 years ago. That's a good story.
Wait, 3 years ago?
Not a great story. No, 3 years ago. Not like when I was a child. When I was a grown man.
I'm
driving,
good for 2 or 3
which is even worse.
myself. So.
Well, let's go right into it.
You want to talk poop? Let's talk poop, David.
Yeah, let's.
Well, yeah, let's talk poop.
Let's talk caca.
Well, I was driving, and I was making a right turn, and I needed to fart. Can I say fart on the AM radio?
You certainly can.
Yes.
And along with the fart, a bunch of other stuff came right out, and I debated whether to pull over, but I live kind of close, so I just kind of drove in it.
Yeah.
I just kind of sat in it.
Well, what else are you going to do?
It's not traffic.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't stand up.
Well, I can't.
And then I went home and cried.
David, I call that gambling on a fart and losing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've done that plenty of times.
I can't tell you how many times I've left a poopy pair of underwear on the bus in the city.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, just giving up on them, going, all right, leave them right here. So you just, it's not a bad.
Yeah, I never wash them. I throw them away.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
You know what I always found that was weird about those, the bad poops, the one that aren't waiting? You're running to the when you got one of those ones, as you're running to the bathroom, you're on your way up the stairs, you're undoing the belt and the pants just enough so they don't fall by your ankles so you trip, so just enough so when you get there you don't have to mess with it. No matter how far you got to run, it will hold until that minute that you're sitting over that toilet and it comes. How does the poop know that you're there? I've always wondered that.
That's a good call.
Yeah, how does it
very
know?
good question.
You ever have to do a bow face when you're like urinating and you have to cut stream because you were going to fart, but you might soil yourself, so you cut stream and then spin around real quick and land on the toilet?
No, I never really. Actually,
that takes some talent, my friend, without peeing all over the wall.
One question at a time. David, Rich's question?
I don't have a question.
No, my question was.
Oh, what? I'm sorry. I'm so
I
confused.
thought you wanted to answer my question. How does the poop know?
No, because he goes, good question, but I don't think it was like kind of rhetorical.
Yeah, rhetorical. I mean, I don't know if the poop actually knows. Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know if I've ever talked.
Hasn't it?
Yeah, I never really. You talk about. Imagine if somebody's just tuning into this show right now. They're going.
They're like, wow, what is this, highbrow radio?
Let's do a show. Those 4 idiots on there talking about poop for 15 minutes, and one of them actually called in from California, which is. Where do you get your guests from? You know,
I'll talk about poop anytime, anywhere.
Right. You should make this a segment, Joel. You should have people calling from all over the world to tell you a poop story.
Poop story of the week.
Yeah. You know what?
Probably why I'm single.
Yeah, everybody has them. Everybody has a poop story.
Perfect segue. Yeah, at David Pressman. Follow him.
Yes.
Cool, brother. Well, this has been a lot of fun, man. We really enjoy this each and every month, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
Take care, man.
Later.
Be good.
Okay, bye.
I'll tell you one thing. That guy knows his poop.
He came out firing, man. He came out firing.
Okay.
That was he emailed me. He's like, "Hey, man, I promise I'm going to be a lot funnier." And I thought his segment last month was good. It was good. But you know what? It's always one of those things where he's a performer. Whether he's a comedian or he's an actor, you always want to do well. And if you think you didn't do your best,
it'll eat at you till the next time you do it.
Yeah. So, I mean, literally, he did not let 1 second of silence go. He was like hammering us. I got a question for you. Oh, yeah, Joey Gay, the last time, boom, boom, boom. And he's like, oh, you guys switch chairs so many times. I can't keep track who's in studio.
Well, and let's face it, we did throw him a softball. We threw him the poop softball.
Well, no, I mean, it's not really the softball. It was our show topic for a little while. And
which is weird because you probably never had this much talk on poop, and because I'm here, let's face it. Let's face facts.
Lowbrow.
Right.
Rich Schultes.
It's the reason that I